Welcome to Tyrannosaurus Riffs. My name is Brandon and today I want to talk about guitar customization. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're doing well out there. This is a topic I've wanted to kind of just chat about for a minute, so I figured let's do it. This is also a topic that I kind of go back and forth on in my own head. So let's talk about this guitar first. Now this is a Schecter Blackjack A6 FR. Clearly it doesn't appear that way. Now on this guitar I've done the Floyd Rose upgrade kit, which is stainless steel, and I've changed all these parts to red. We've got Fishman Fluence RZK pickups. We've got this top. I get asked about this quite a bit. This is not painted. I looked into painting this guitar like this and it was extremely expensive. So this skin is from a company called Insane Skins, who I will link below, and I did this a little over 7 years ago. So in late 2017 I did this skin on this guitar and gave it this totally radical look. Obviously up top we've got the Floyd Rose upgrades here too, but I skinned the top as well. And then in the back we've got Floyd Rose noiseless springs, but I do have an Axe Labs brass tone claw coming for this guitar. I've got a Floyd Rose fat brass block coming, and then I've got FU tone titanium posts that I'm going to be putting in this guitar next week as well. So while there's still more I could do to it, you could do tuners, like locking tuners. A lot of people call that an upgrade. I don't think about locking tuners too often on a guitar with a Floyd because it kind of already locks. It would make string changes faster. That's another thing you could do. This guitar, I think these frets are just nickel. I could do stainless steel frets, but I really don't mind nickel frets, so that's not something I've kind of gotten into. I mean, there's a lot of different modifications you can do out there. Now, when I started playing guitar and I was looking to buy my first really nice guitar for myself, I bought this when I was 16. I've been kind of playing around with this guitar a lot on the channel. It's not 100% stock anymore. I just did the Floyd Rose upgrade kit on this as well with the red pieces, because some of my stuff was starting to rust out and I really just kind of wanted to give this thing a little bit of love. It really is a fantastic guitar still. But when I was buying this guitar, I remember specifically, now this is 20 years ago, it took me a while to kind of land on one because I didn't want one that needed anything. So mahogany body was a must, EMGs were a must, Floyd Rose was a must. I mean, I kind of got everything in this. The red quilted top on this, I love the tops on these guitars. I love the abalone, it's very early 2000s. And over 20 years I'm still very happy with this guitar. So obviously I've changed to the stainless steel and done noiseless springs in this guitar as well, but I don't really have any other plans for this guitar. I actually will probably use this to do pickup demos because I've got some different pickups coming over the next couple of months, so we'll check them out probably in this. This guitar is an example of something that I will not modify in any way, shape, or form. This was a very, very expensive guitar, and I have no interest in changing anything about it. This is one of those things that it is what it is. I made the decision that I wanted it the way that it is, and I went for it. Now I know that some people think signature guitars are cliche to play. I don't see it that way. I know it's someone else's, designs, whether it's this sparkle from John Petrucci or the pinstripes from a Sinister Gates model, whatever the case may be. I've always actually found signatures to be cool because they stand out a little bit more than something that is just stock. I don't care whose it is that I'm playing. If it's cool looking, it's cool looking. Clearly I just love guitars and want different things. So my question to you is, do you have guitars that you will not customize? Or do you have some that you buy completely to customize? Let's talk about two more real quick. So this is an Ernie Ball Stingray Eclipse Sparkle. It was a Sweetwater exclusive. I bought this guitar with all intents and purposes to get rid of these chrome pickups because chrome is just not my favorite color. I figured I'd do Fishman Fluence Devin Townsend's just to give it a darker look. And that's kind of all I wanted to change on it. I went into this guitar knowing that was something that was going to happen. But upon receiving it and playing it, these are very low output Music Man pickups, but they sound so good. There's so much clarity, and honestly I don't want to change anything about this guitar. I don't want to screw up the mojo that it is. So this is not something that I will change. And while I had the idea to do some changes to this, after getting it was just something I was like, I'm not touching that. It's perfect the way it is. All right, now this one is a Fender American Performer. 100%, I bought this just to make it look like this and copy Soto from Ghost's guitar that he plays live on stage. He does have 3 different versions of this, but this is the one that I have. Now, while this may not appear to be the most customized guitar, this is, out of anything I have, the one that I've changed the most on. So I did Fender black locking tuners on this. I changed those, changed my strap buttons. I have noiseless springs here in the back under the You Suck sticker. I've got a Floyd Rose rail tail. I've got a Seymour Duncan hot rail, an SSL 5 custom, and then a cool rails here. The pickguard was originally black, changed that to white. I changed the knobs to the bright white, the switch. The jack plate was chrome, I changed that to black. Now I could do like really only 2 more things to this guitar that I can really think of, other than adding like a sustainer or something, but that's not something that I want. I could change the frets to stainless steel, and then the only other thing I can think of that I really could have done is in the back I could have changed the claw to a brass claw. Do you have a guitar that you bought just to do tons of upgrades on? Now, the one thing about upgrades, and the word upgrade, that's very subjective in my opinion when it comes to guitars, because I'll see people say they upgraded from EMG to Fishman, and then in another world I'll see people say they upgraded from Fishman to EMG. I don't know, like what does an upgrade really mean in this world? What does it mean to you? I'd like to know what you think down below on that. I think my biggest thing about upgrading guitars is that if I decide to sell them down the road, generally it means I'm gonna lose some money on it because I've already paid whatever the cost was. Like this one was new and then I bought all the parts new. There's no way I'd ever make out on this one if I decided to sell it, which I don't believe that I will. I really enjoy this guitar. But even just changing your pickups, EMG to Fishman or Fishman to EMG, you're spending a few $100, and even if you can sell the old set for $100, you're still out a little bit and you still added cost on top. Now, while this guitar was new, most of the guitars in my collection I purchased were used. I'm kind of a deal hunter and a bargain guy, so I'm all about that. So I want to know your thoughts on upgrades. Are they worth it? Do you just like a stock guitar like the Hellraiser that's been pretty much perfect for the last 20 years, or do you look for something that you can make your own? In my opinion, I view guitars as an extension of yourself, kind of like tattoos. If you want to decorate them, decorate them. If you don't like the way it is or like the way something sounds, change it. But is it worth it? That's, I think, the biggest question. So let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on this whole topic down below. I really am curious. Let's chat about it. You will also find affiliate links down below if you use those to purchase any gear. That does help this channel. And if you don't want to make a purchase but you want to help me, hit that like and subscribe. That doesn't cost you anything and it really does help this channel. Now, I do appreciate your time. Thank you so much for hanging out here. Please drop your comments below because I would like to chat about this. Stay safe out there and I'll see you soon.